Buying a production home is like pulling a product off an assembly line. Building a custom home is a grueling, meticulous process that takes anywhere from 10 to 16 months to complete. Before you can even break ground, you need to prove you can carry the financial weight. Lenders require a strict set of prerequisites for a build of this scale: a 20% down payment, a credit score of 680 or higher, and a debt-to-income ratio, or DTI, below 45%. DTI is a metric that compares your total monthly debt payments to your gross monthly income. If you meet those marks, you will use a construction to permanent loan. Instead of handing you a massive lump sum upfront, this loan pays out in segments. The bank releases funds based on specific construction milestones, ensuring the work actually gets done before the next check is cut. Because there is no physical house to act as collateral yet, the lender protects their investment through extreme vetting. They require an estimated appraisal of the future completed home, and they must approve your chosen architect, your contractor, and your blueprints before authorizing the loan. The initial hurdle isn't pouring concrete or framing walls. If a custom home project falls apart, it almost always happens right here in the financial planning phase, before a single shovel hits the dirt. Step 1 of the actual execution is locking in a SMART vision statement. This means drafting specific, measurable goals for your build. You need to nail down the exact square footage, your hard target budget, and the precise ways your family will use the space. Next, you have to secure buildable land. Raw dirt hides expensive problems. A professional land survey is a mandatory step to uncover hidden easements, verify local zoning laws, and define your setbacks, which dictate exactly where you are legally allowed to build. With land secured, you reach a critical decision: choosing how your team is structured. You generally have two paths: the traditional architect+contractor model or the design-build model. In the traditional approach, you hire an independent architect to draft the blueprints, and then you solicit competitive bids from general contractors. You get a distinct independent design vision, but you are also stuck in the middle, managing two separate contracts and acting as the mediator between the designer and the builder. The design-build model handles both phases under one roof. You sign a single contract. The person drawing your floor plan and the person framing your walls work together from day one. This allows real-time cost feedback, keeping the design aligned with your budget. The structure you choose directly impacts your financial risk. Your operational model dictates whether you control the budget or the budget controls you. As you transition from planning to designing, your budget splits into two categories. Hard costs cover the physical materials like lumber and concrete and the labor to install them. Soft costs cover administrative overhead like architectural fees, municipal permits, and utility tap-ins. These soft costs are often overlooked, and they can easily blindside a poorly planned budget. The design phase is also the precise moment to map out your home's technological infrastructure. Planning your smart home systems now allows builders to install structured wiring inside the walls before the drywall goes up, saving you from expensive and messy retrofits later. You need to pinpoint exactly which systems require dedicated conduit and wiring. This includes HVAC zoning controls, whole home security cameras, and automated features like window shades. This interface shows the expanded phases of a digital project board. To manage thousands of construction details, you need a centralized communication hub like this that acts as a single source of truth, housing daily site logs, progress photos, and approvals for change orders. Trying to manage a custom build through fragmented text messages and long email chains is the primary way miscommunications happen, leading directly to scope creep and timeline delays. With the plans locked and permits approved, the physical build begins. Months 1 and 2 are dedicated to site preparation and pouring the foundation. By months 2 and 3, the structure takes shape during the framing stage, erecting the walls and roof trusses. Once the frame is up, you enter the rough-in phase. This is when the internal nervous system of the house is installed. Subcontractors route the essential plumbing pipes, electrical wiring, and HVAC ducts through the exposed wooden studs. This document shows a mandatory checklist for the build process. You cannot seal these systems behind drywall until a municipal building inspector physically visits the site and signs off on the rough-in work, ensuring everything meets local building codes. After passing inspection, the project moves into the interior and exterior finishing phase, which typically spans months 4 through 6. This is where the house starts to look like a home, with the installation of drywall, custom cabinetry, flooring, and exterior siding. Pushing through this 10 to 16-month gauntlet requires discipline. We must maintain a rigid schedule of site meetings and meticulously document any changes to the original plan to keep the momentum going. As construction wraps up, you will conduct a final walkthrough with your builder. This is where you create the punch list, which is a detailed inventory of minor touch-ups, paint corrections, and small adjustments that need to be resolved before handover. With the punch list complete, the local municipality conducts one last review. Passing this final inspection earns you the certificate of occupancy, the official legal document stating your home is safe and ready to live in. At this exact moment, the financial structure shifts one last time. Your milestone-based construction loan automatically locks into place, converting into a standard, permanent mortgage. When you finally take the keys, it is worth looking back at the paper trail. Every square foot of this completed structure traces directly back to that specific, measurable, smart vision statement you drafted on day one. Building a custom home requires immense patience and capital. By strictly following these execution protocols, you force abstract blueprints into a tangible, future-proofed reality.